So is that Mystery Sales? Is that Melissa Ann?
No, that's not Bridges. That is, her name is, she's probably gonna like smack me for it, but Anita, Anita, it's like Anett.
Yeah, that's my stepdaughter's name.
Okay, yeah. 2 people watching. Who's the 2 people? I'm gonna go ahead and share this real quick to the group, my group chat. They're like sitting there waiting. Aaron Wisebaker made it. What's up, Alex?
Oh, what's up, Aaron?
Net, huh. Oh, okay. At any rate, I gotta share this link with a couple people real
Yeah.
quick.
Shoot, let me go ahead and flip my camera around, and I'll just show some fish so they have something to look at besides me.
All right.
No. Fuck.
What?
Oh, okay. We gotta go over front. Okay.
Jets, fish tanks, and more. Hey, buddy, thank you for stopping in. Here in a minute, we're going to get started. We're just trying to share it out, get some more people in here. Morgan's going ahead and just giving a little pre-tour of his tank so you guys have something to look at temporarily.
There we go. This dude's wicked.
Palmer, what's up, buddy? Thank you very much for stopping by. I always appreciate your presence, buddy. If none of y'all know, Palmer's Aquatics, he's a good dude. He was one of probably the top 3 channels that I started watching when I first really dove into the hobby. Him, Chris, and John from KG Tropicals. And throughout my YouTube experience or whatever, somehow I got lucky enough to get added to a group chat with Palmer in it. I think it started from a Facebook group, fish. I think it's like fish tubers notifications, or I don't know, 1 or 2 groups. At any rate, I was amazed, and at any rate, Palmer actually has been like a mentor to me, and I just wanted to say
nice.
that publicly that I appreciate him, and if y'all ain't subbed to him, you should be, or at least go watch a couple of his videos. He deserves it. He's a good dude.
Yeah, what's his channel?
It's Palmer's Aquatics.
All right, I'll check him out.
I got 3 5-foot tanks for a breeding rack. Oh yeah?
I can't see the comments.
I forgot what you said.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's cool.
I forgot what you said you was gonna put in that, Jets. My bad. I backed out for a minute. I hit the wrong thing.
I know. I hate when I do that shit. Oh my god.
I'm gonna pull up these questions, and at everybody, if you haven't seen any of my live streams before, for you of those that might watch us on the replay or those that are new that are joining for the first time, I got this list of questions I like to ask new people or my guest when they attend my live stream. It allows us to get familiar with them, get to know them, just kind of see what they got going on and how they got involved into the hobby. I have had Morgan up on my stream before. The internet was a little choppy then, so this is like a redo, but times 5, because now he has some updates, some new fish to show us. Morgan's got a great fish collection, so I'm really excited to go ahead and see that. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull up these questions and I'm going to run through them with Morgan. At the end of the questions, I am going to allow Morgan to just pretty much have the stage. He's going to get to go around showing his tanks, talking about them, prices, items, whatever he wants to talk about. And then at that point, though, the panel will be open. You guys can come up on the panel and eventually show your tanks too. And if you actually want to ask him a direct question instead of typing it in the chat, then that makes that available. So
Yeah, I like seeing other people's tanks.
Right. So without further ado, the first question is the intro. Morgan, well, I'm saying it. What is your name? Where are you from? What is your business name? And how did you come up with it?
I'm Morgan from Aquacaveaquatics. We are located at 875 State Route 503 South, West Alexandria, Ohio. I came up with the name Aquacaves because of the entranceway. Literally looks like a cave. So this is the entrance. As you're walking through, it kind of pretty much arches. And as they're, coming back, it looks like you're walking into a cave. And then this is my entranceway, little safety board.
Danny,
and this is what you're greeted with when
buddy.
you walk in.
I'm sorry, Morgan. Danny, thank you for
You're
stopping in, man. I know there's a couple other streams going on too. We're fighting other streams, and it's whatever. To each their own. This was the best time that worked for me. So, Danny, I appreciate you stopping in here.
So that's where I came up with the name Aqua Cave.
Right on.
Aqua was pretty
a given.
Yeah, that was pretty a given. And I was like, cave, Aqua Cave. And then I was like, well, people aren't going to know what you mean. And I was like, oh, Aquacaveaquatics. Boom, there it is. And the sign that you saw on the door was my very first original. So that's something that'll always stay no matter where I go. I'll keep that sign no matter what.
Calvin, what's up, buddy? Thank you for stopping in. Morgan Palmer asked you a question. It is on the screen.
Where are we at here? Yeah, my basement is a complete shop. I completely transformed it. Pretty unique, pretty unconventional, but it works, and I pump fish out of here. I mean, people absolutely love the unique experience with it. I wouldn't say I smashed the competition around here. I wouldn't say that. My main goal is I try not to compete with them. I'm doing my own thing. I literally don't pay too much attention to them. I'll occasionally go to their stores and look, but that's about it. And I'm talking, shoot, I just went to a store up in Dayton for the first time in years. I haven't been up there in a long time. So
he said, how much business do you do? Are you full time?
Yes, I'm full time. I quit my day job.
Yeah, I'm surprised about that. I remember you telling me that. You're like, man, because I was trying to get Morgan on the stream for a minute now before even that first time. And he's like, look, man, I got a lot going on. I'm trying to go full time. Give me a little time and I'll get on there with you. And so, yeah, I'm awesome. Congrats, man. I don't know if I told you that.
Yeah, most of my goals, they probably didn't line up when I wanted them to. Um, that's just life, but they all aligned, and it just kind of happened. It's a grind. It is a slow grind.
Right,
Um,
right.
no, I'm not slammed from the time that I open to the time that I close. I'm not saying that, but I pump my fair share of fish out for sure. And I've noticed like
Everybody,
slow times and dead times in the hobby. I've definitely noticed that.
anybody that's going to want to come up on the stream on the panel afterwards, or if you want to come up here now and just keep dead silence, that link right there in the comments, you click on that, it'll walk you through the steps. If you don't know what StreamYard is, it'll put you in the background and I can pull you through, and I'll periodically put it in there throughout the conversation, but I just wanted to point that out, let everybody know. Morgan, Calvin asked you a question. These are some good
Yeah,
questions,
yeah,
everybody.
yeah, yeah. I would love to find somebody with cichlids. Hit me with what you got. And Calvin, I know you. You're good to go. I don't have to screen you to figure out if you know what you're doing. You're good to go. But as long as I can screen them a little bit and kind of pick their brain and see their setups and figure out if they actually know what they're doing, then yeah, we'll eventually do business. Probably not on day one because you got to get to know people. The people that I buy fish off of, I've already done business with. They're trusted. I've had a couple that I've cut completely off because of the quality. It's just not there. The way I only want quality, healthy fish going out, and I'm so little. You don't have time to be sending out shitty fish. You just don't. So I really leave no room for error as far as health. That's my overall concern is health and quality, because if you got the health, the quality should be there.
Palmer said, do you order fish from wholesale or breed them all currently, since you're not really working with local breeders?
Wholesale / breed. I have more wholesale. I breed very seldom, very little. That is how I got started in the, not hobby, but that is how I got started selling fish, is breeding. I'm very, very accustomed to it. I transitioned from breeding to a retail store. So once we move and I build a building dedicated to what I'm doing, I will have a section for breeding and a section I'll have my the show floor, but then I'll have like a back section with a quarantine area and a breeding area, and I will breed select and a grow out area, and I'll breed select fish for sure. Right now I breed guppies and shrimp. That's pretty easy though. Plecos, yeah, for sure. Right now I got some really gorgeous elf 144As on the way, some long fins. I got 5 on the way. Should be here this week. God, I wasn't even looking for them, but God, they were long fin, and I know the breeder. He's out in Vegas, and I talked to him. I said, "Hey, can you get me at least one male and put 4 random fish in there?" And I'll almost guarantee a male or a female. Not guaranteed, but I'd feel very confident. And so he hooked me up.
What about guppies, man? That's my question.
Oh yeah, Aaron,
Personally.
thank you very much. I
What
appreciate
about
that.
what about guppies? Are you worried about breeding them? Would you buy guppies?
Yes, I will buy guppies. I love guppies. Big
N-
seller.
Now, do you want strictly breeds or strains, or will you take mutt
Oh
guppies if they're pretty colors?
no, yeah, if they're pretty colors, I'll take my guppies, of course. Because not everybody is into the very specific strains. Now,
Right,
I want to carry both. Now, if you want a breeding trio, yeah, I got you. But if you're like, hey, I just want to fill this tank in, I don't really care. I just want a mixture of colors. Hey, I got you.
right.
So that's where I'm at with that. But right now, I got some guppies breeding right now, actually. Camera.
Well, the reason I ask, I got babies, and I got like different levels of babies. I got like a batch that, was had maybe, I don't know, a few weeks ago, and I got a batch that was probably had like 3 days ago. Now, my problem is I went out and I bought some white guppies, I bought some yellowtails, I bought some jumbos. They're like a fiery red color, and I just put them all in the 300-gallon pond. So I don't know what
Nice.
babies I have coming.
These are my Bloody Mary shrimp. This tank is strictly Bloody Marys. This is my Skittles tank.
Everybody, if it's not too much to ask, hit that like button, please. That notifies somebody else, and maybe they'll come join us.
And then these are these are your mutt guppies, pretty much. I mean, you got your snake skins in there. You got, I think there's a dragon's tail in there. I think there's some koi's in there.
Mr. Patterson, I hope so. I know they usually do it on Sundays. I say that like I know. That last one was the first one that I've ever went to, but I think I was told that they have it on Sundays. Now, normally Sundays are my days off, but with work lately, we have to work every other weekend. So I am hoping that that event falls on a Sunday and the Sunday that I'm off, because I had so much fun at that auction. That was my first fish auction experience ever, and it was just unreal. Like, I was going crazy buying plants. Like, I bought some fish,
it's so hard.
but anytime, dude, they threw up a bag that was $3 or $5 or less on some plants, it was me. My hand
like,
was up. Hey, yeah,
Which one was that? What was that at?
That's CCAC. That's a Circle City Aquarium Club out of Indianapolis.
No, I didn't go to that when I went. I wanted to. I go to a lot of the ones down in Cincinnati. Actually, they have a swap coming up, and I'll be at it. I'll be selling for the first time at the swap.
Bro, I was gonna go to one in it was somewhere in Ohio. I don't know if it was Cincinnati. I'm in the group on Facebook, and I didn't know that I'd be buying a house, and that made me have to stay around here. So I was disappointed. I really wanted to go to that.
Yeah, I'll have to look at the date again. Oh, it's October 30th from 11 to 2, 11 to 3, 11 to 3, I think, on October 30th down at Miami University in Hamilton. So if you want to check that out, I would definitely do that. And I'll be down there. I may need help. I need one person, I think.
Oh, yeah?
I'm not 100%, but I think I do. And it's not even a lot.
What's the going rate? I'll take a day off from work to go be around fish and help you out.
I got to figure out what exactly I need, because I want to have a moment to run around and look at shit and buy if I want. Sometimes I do, but...
Anthony's fishy friends, I'm catching yours and Chris's little conversation. That's awesome. I seen you said you forgot to hit the notification bell. No problem, buddy. I'm just another channel, trying to spread the hobby. I appreciate you stopping in. And I agree, Palmer needs to do another live stream so I can come blow up his chat. And sorry I'm cutting everybody off. Tom Patterson, yeah, so you said it's on a Sunday, the 26th. I hope I can see you there, friend. I hope I can see everybody. When I went, I had one of the members, or two of the members from Casual Aquatics there with me, Amanda Kendall and Stephen Kendall. It sucks. I start to get, you guys become like my family. Y'all that I talk to on the regular, I'm in the live streams with on the regular, you become like a family like that I didn't have. And it's like, man, I wish we could all just get together. But ironically, some of us are quite a distance apart. So.
Yeah.
But Phil, yeah, Phil was there too. That's right. Thank you, Phil. Cooper. Hey, buddy, what's up? This be your day, man. You can go ahead and just make it random and hop in my stream and get, all the rusty parts out. So when you do yours, then you be ready to go. At any rate, people are coming in, making me excited. It ain't even getting off track. I appreciate the conversation and questions. Thank you guys for, asking questions. I was just going to get back on to my next original question, but please keep asking questions and I will put them in between or whatever. So the next question was, how long have you been keeping cichlids or tropical fish, Morgan?
Oh, shit. Pretty old now. I don't know, 12 years, 15 years. Probably about 15 years. God damn, I feel old.
Everybody in the chat, if the question relates to you too, go ahead and answer it. Sorry, go ahead. My bad.
No, you're all right. I got it right after I got into aquariums. I got into cichlids probably within 6 months. Like, I saw them and I saw their colors and all the different variations, and I was like, dude, I got to get rid of all these fish. But then with my studying and everything, I was like, oh no, dude, I need a bigger tank. I can keep these fish. So that's when I started to actually seek out groups on Facebook, because I originally wasn't in any of them. I was like, I don't even know how to do like 99% of this shit. And so I jumped on some of these groups and it just exploded from there. And it was just a endless ball of information that I took, because with Facebook, you can't just take that information wholeheartedly and go with it. So I take that information, I put it together, and I do my research, and whatever aligns up, I'm like, oh, that's what they're talking about. That, because once you research it and you read it again, you understand what somebody was trying to say. You know what I mean?
I got a question for you, Morgan.
What's up?
Have you noticed, it's kind of off track, but have you noticed Facebook is like the groups have changed a little bit lately?
Absolutely. There has been a new flood of hobbyists coming in. I feel it is. There's like a huge increase in brand new hobbyists. And that's great. That's awesome. Yeah. But it's really irking me, because I see some of these groups and people want people to rehome their fish to them. And I'm like, what do you mean? You're like asking for free fish? Is that what you're doing? And like, yeah, they are.
Right,
God, I hate that. I'm like, that's new. They never used to do that. And it drives me nuts. If somebody's offering to rehome something for free, that's another thing.
I mean, heck, you see this guy like right here, like, this little girl right here. People are always telling me like, hey, man, like I got a big enough tank for that. I'm like, this is a 7x2 footprint. Like, it'll be fine. It'll be fine for now. Like, I can take care of it. I got the plans in place already. Like, calm down.
Oh my God.
I'm not gonna get
right.
Okay.
Like, I've spend the money on shift. I definitely noticed a shift in Facebook. Speaking of Facebook, I run a group on there, a local group, and I'm in the process. I'm probably shutting it down, because it's now counterproductive to my business. I keep getting kicked off for 30 days at a time, and that makes it so much more difficult to do my shit on Facebook or whatever. I can do things on Aquacave slightly more freely, but like when I do a cichlid order, I'll post my actual list of what I have to choose from, and Facebook doesn't like it, and I get pinged for it all the time. And I got, actually this time, somebody made a comment back in late August, and I don't even think it was that bad. I can't even remember what it was, but they weren't even buying anything. But Facebook showed me that, and they fucking hit me on it and got me for 30 days. And so now I've came to the conclusion, because I've thought this for about 6 months, and so now, I mean, if somebody wants, it's honestly, I would hate to see it, like all the members dispersed, because I've methodically gotten aquatic members, not just any members. I feel a lot of groups do the fluff numbers. That's what I call fluff numbers, and they just get anybody and everybody. And I'm like, no. I want active members. I want specific well, not not like picking and choosing people necessarily. I am, but I'm not. If you're into aquatic stuff, I want
shit.
That's all it is.
Again, I will with my group. Believe you me, like I had a splurge of stupid invites from this guy, and it took like me and the admin team, I don't even know how long to delete 200-300 of them.
Hey, you're
oh my god, yeah, you're
like,
cutting out real bad.
Oh, okay, my bad.
You're all right.
See. I bet you it's because I'm trying to steal all this Wi-Fi.
There we go.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep, much better.
All right, but yeah, like there was just a crazy influx of people that pretty much probably wasn't even in the hobby, and it took us forever to try to like delete them. So I'm not even sure that my current number is active people, but I feel your pain now. More recently, I've been trying to like get new members, but I am picky. Like I'm going through groups hunting. Now, when I asked you permission, like I said, I was not trying to take away from your group. I was simply just,
no. I knew exactly what you were doing.
Even if somebody tried to join, they got to answer the questions. I have the questions for a reason, and I trust people like Calvin and Alex to make judgment calls. Like, well, I've seen this dude and how they post in this group, and we might not want them in here or keep an eye on them.
Yeah, I've declined people that I've seen in other groups. I'm like, no. No.
Oh yeah,
I know you.
And then you said
I don't even join any groups on Facebook anymore. I'm like done with it. I hate Facebook.
It's got
but the big habit is
Morgan,
the biggest fucking marketing tool out there, and that's all we got. What's up?
Have you seen what Boomer Aquatic does with his page?
Okay.
It's a buy sell.
I know his page just got shut down, didn't it?
He shut it down. He was done with it.
Same thing with me. Okay, so he was just tired of it, right? Okay.
Yeah, he was tired of the people, basically.
I won't say that on live stream. I won't do that. I haven't seen his shop. No, I don't want to say too much on live stream. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen his setup. I saw pictures and videos he was doing, which looked pretty sweet. I liked how he had it displayed and that you could walk around everything. Huh?
No, I mean like his Facebook page. Like, so his buy sell is literally like something gets posted and comments are turned off immediately. Like that's how the page is set up. No one can comment. You got to message the person
he wants it all
directly
through private
thing,
messaging. Yeah, he wants it through private messaging because they can't get you that way. That's kind of smart, but most people aren't going to understand that because you're not running the group and you don't understand the hoops you have to jump through. At this point, it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think that's kind of smart, quite honestly.
Yep, he's gone.
Oh.
I'm selling this.
Is he coming back?
Yeah. Hey, you're cutting out.
Okay. Yeah.
Are you walking?
No, just funky on me.
That ponytail's causing too much interference, man.
Yeah.
Phil asked, what cichlids do you breed? Right now, the only thing I got are the protometellas or prototellas, the fire haps. Right? Am I saying that right?
Now, this is some fun.
The protomella. I got 1 male and 4 females. The male's not coloring up yet, so I'm kind of questioning it. I think I need to pull them out to vent them to really make sure I got a male, but he just hasn't colored up yet, so whatever.
All right, can you hear me?
But yeah.
All right, so when a post like that comes through the group, I instantly message the admin team, and I'm like, what do we do about this? How do we let this through? Do we not allow it and then tell them to message it differently, or something along those lines? Now, I'm guessing with you, like, you have a legit business, and even if you're just posting your list, let me do the quotes,
Right.
Facebook is, I mean, I guess they're smart enough. Their AI is saying
It's
this dude's
because
trying to sell fish.
I like to show, there's sections of it, and it shows the quantity. I don't show that. There's just no relevance to that. I keep the name of the fish, the picture if they have them, although that's not the exact fish you're getting. And I like to post the size, so they know roundabouts what they're getting. That's where they get me. And it's only in my group. I can post it to my Aquacave page and be fine. When I post it to 937, they kick me out.
Sounds like someone in your group.
Maybe that's their like hidden rule or whatever. A page is more classified for a business official.
Yeah.
There ain't just random chat going on in there like, hey, I got this fish. I'm a dumbass. I don't have a tank for it. Will you take it? You know, or, you know, stuff like that or whatever. Whereas a page is strictly, you know, what you post. And that's that. Like, I don't even really post a lot on my page, but I am in the group, and I don't know.
Yeah,
I try to monitor it. This is my conclusion with like the Facebook thing, and then you can continue or whatever. Without Facebook, I would not have met the people I met. I had the same
here.
Same kind of thing that you had. You got a fish and you instantly jumped on Facebook and you're like, hey, join some groups, let me learn some stuff, whatever. And like my first post, Morgan, was 10-gallon tank with a blood parrot, a green spotted puffer, and a freaking a featherfin catfish, bro. Dude, they laid into me. That post got like 500 comments on it, bro. And
you just getting destroyed.
Yeah, just maybe 1% of them was like what I wanted to hear. Hey, you know, this fish needs this many gallons. Maybe you should try to get this tank. You know, good, helpful advice. But then the other 75% was trolls. And that's what made me create Casual Aquatics. And shortly after, I think Calvin was one of my first admins. He probably was in that same group and made a nice comment. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to add this dude and see if he'll be my admin or whatever. And
you asked me a few questions.
I like how
like a bit more tense.
I wish I lived closer to Calvin.
Hey, you live closer to him than me.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm about an hour and a half from him.
I'm about to say, I think Gerber's is a halfway point. Between me and him.
Where's he live? What city? Not where he lives.
South of Columbus. Not South End, but like...
Oh, that's what I thought. Okay, that's what I thought.
Okay. I live in like a weird area. Not like a weird area, but like for fish-wise, like everybody that's like does stuff with fish and all like the big stores and like all like the local breeders, they're all on the outskirts. Like you got a lot of people out there by you, Morgan. There's a lot of people out by Gerber's. I mean, there's I know Morgan knows the guy over here on Hague. And then there's just no one's really around here. And the people that are like the super high-end reef people, nothing against that. It's just, I'm definitely not a reef person.
No, I haven't touched saltwater yet, but I've gotten curious. I know it's only a matter of time, but I'm not even ready yet.
Morgan, get you a mud skipper, buddy, or a freshwater eel. That will be your extent of saltwater. I got the eel. I'm gonna have a mud skipper. Those are pretty cool.
I got a tire track eel.
Yeah, my baby tire track died, but my fire eel, the baby's doing good.
Yeah, I'll order some more in, but I got to research them. I'm still, I guess, because I haven't kept them, I guess, new with eels, so I like to make sure they're properly kept.
Right.
But no substrate in the tank. Oh my God, you'll never find them. Because I had one time.
Case. He might be hid. I just haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, that's possible. But I had a an Ordnance Dakar about a week or two ago. Man, he was badass. He didn't last on the floor long at all. Somebody snatched him quick.
Yeah.
Because I always sell my shit so cheap.
Yeah. Good prices overall.
I don't mark it up as big as a lot of people do. Like, Jesus Christ, guys, there's a limit. Like, I know we live in a capitalist country, and I mean, if the people are going to pay it, you're going to charge it. But good Lord.
Camille, I just seen you commented on one of my posts in a Facebook group. I'm not even sure which one. I don't think I've ever seen your face here. So a big thank you to you. I appreciate that so much. I always like seeing new people. Be sure to hit the like on this stream, hit the notification bell, maybe even subscribe. Who knows? But thank you for stopping in. I think we lost Calvin for a minute. I wonder if his phone died or something like that.
I still see his tank.
No, that's Jets.
Oh.
Hold up, Jet. I'm trying to put you on the...
I need to get some big-ass tanks, man. I would love a 240.
Oh, no, maybe this... Calvin, is that you? Or is that Jets? I think that's...
it's me, Jet.
Oh, okay. Look what you got going on, little buddy.
Oh, yeah.
That Jaguar looks like mine.
Tank? Yeah, it's the Jag Cross Flower Horn, this guy down there. Got to get a bigger tank for these guys because they're getting pretty big. This guy will get like 2 feet, so...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that iridescent's awesome nice, there, buddy.
That's badass.
Oh,
mine's just a little guy.
It's not an ID, it's a salmon cat. It's Australian native.
Oh, yeah, you said that.
Yeah. I just found him. There was like 16 in stock that day I went there, and they sold all 16.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn, and you guys got a big market down there in Australia, don't you?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty good.
That's awesome,
definitely
man.
Gotta get a bigger tank. I got the bass growing out.
Yeah, we all need bigger tanks.
Believe it or not, y'all, this kid, aren't you like 13? And I met him on Discord. I just threw a link out there, and this man came and checked out my stream. I 13? Love seeing kids in the hobby, man.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
That means it's not dying, it's still growing. It just might be at a slow trail.
Yeah. I've definitely got a lot more tanks since I last talked to you.
Yeah, I think you only had like 3 or something, maybe.
Yeah, well, I got the rack yesterday, so that's gonna be for like my flower horns and whatever. I get a bit more.
You're doing better than me, buddy, and I'm grown, or I'm supposed to be anyhow.
Man, I love your fish, dude.
Yeah, thank you.
They're big.
I'm trying my best.
They look so good. How big is that tank?
It's a 125, but I'm...
Oh, wow.
It looks bigger than that. Are you sure?
It looks huge.
Yeah, it's 5 foot long by 2 high by 1.5 wide.
Oh.
Okay.
Like, in liters, it's like roughly 400 and something liters. I don't know the exact number in gallons.
Anthony's fishy friend said, I've gotten into saltwater, both reef and Fowler in the past year. Reef tanks can be amazing. I love watching small life interact with their surroundings. Saltwater is not as scary as most people think, but be prepared to spend money. Yeah, Anthony, that's my issue. I just ain't got the money for it. I find corals and stuff pretty and anemones. I think that's cool as shit. I have some salt fish that I would get if I had an actual salt tank, but that's probably like a year or more down the road. I need to hone my craft on fresh water first.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff I'm trying to do. Like what I have now, it's like a baby version of what I really want.
Right.
It's really nothing, but it's enough for me for now to really mold my what I want to do. it'll help me build until I can get some consistency. That's what I struggle with. I want to order from like 3 or 4 places at the same time. Right now, I definitely don't do that.
Hello, Monster Fish Gal. Thank you for stopping in.
That's because of like basically tank space. Because what do I got going? 42 tanks.
Jeez.
So it sounds like a lot, but man, I sit back and look at it. I'm like, Jesus, it's not enough.
Right.
I keep looking. I'm like, how can I do this? Well, I found out some information about my electric stuff yesterday that I'm going to the drawing board because I might be putting me a new breaker box in. And that's the money. Because I was looking at how I had everything laid out electricity wise, and I had a buddy over who's an electrician, and I found out the panel that I have was discontinued in 2009. And
oh no!
Yeah, because they were made in the 60s, and it's just they're deemed unsafe or whatever. So I'm gonna either put a new breaker box in or make a converter box and run it to that and do my own thing, rerun wires and everything. So we're looking at about $450.
Woo!
More if I do a breaker box. That's if I do the converter box. It's about $450. If I do a breaker box and I pay somebody to do it, which I will, probably $1,200-$1,500.
Damn. I'm looking at some money as soon as I get moved too, because I'm skipping the 42 fish tanks and going straight to a 2,000-gallon pond in my basement.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just make sure it's all like, make sure your ventilation's good. You got your dehumidifiers. Make sure your electric's good.
Right.
Because
I'm even gonna look into.
We broke it down for each outlet, each breaker, each fuse. We added up how many wattages I'm running on each one, this and that, in which I'm still fine. But I learned like I probably want to go ahead and upgrade or make the converter box and run all my aqua shit on my converter box and all my household shit on everything else.
I might be thinking a little too big, but I'm even considering looking into solar power. Like
I've thought about that.
Panels on my house type thing, and just running the electric off of it.
I don't know if we live in the right area for that shit.
Yeah.
Long term, that's my biggest thing on it.
Where my house is gonna be, it's literally got no tree coverage or nothing, and the sun's like beating down on it. So I don't. I mean, I would think it would work. I kind of called them and got a pre-estimate. I told them my situation. They told me to get a hold of them when I actually close on the house, but they'll pretty much come check and see if our house is a candidate for it, and then go from there if I want to proceed. So I'm just checking it out to see anything to save money.
Yeah, I agree with that. This shit's expensive.
Calvin said he's back. Oh, my bad, buddy.
No, I lost connection. Sorry.
No, you're cool. Well, let's jump into another question real quick. Which one? What first piqued your interest in the hobby, Morgan?
I was over at a friend's house and they had this long fin bristlenose pleco that just mesmerized me because of the fins. And any fish that has real long, luscious fins, man, I'm a sucker for them. And they had a whole bunch of, like, had some really nice angelfish in there too, but it was the pleco that drew me into it.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. And then, shit, I've just gone from there, man. Once you find one fish, you find 100 more, and then 500 more, and then you're like, oh my God.
Oh, yeah. And like you said earlier in the stream, definitely with cichlids, that was my, like, I don't know, my hook. Like, I got into it knowing that I liked catfish. But once I started learning about Oscars and large cichlids and then seeing the colors, it's over with, man. I went from 1 tank to 9 in a matter of a year.
Jesus, yeah. I did about the same thing.
And then my 300-gallon pond. I'm actually kind of happy I got to set that up here. I thought I wouldn't get to set that up till I moved either, but the landlord ironically gave me permission to do it in my backyard.
Nice. Yeah, I'm actually kind of lucky. My landlord's cool. They don't bother me at all.
Yeah, I just got to learn the control part of it. That's what I got Calvin for. He tells me, Shawn, no, you can't have that fish or it's going to kill your fish, or be prepared to get another tank or whatever. By the way, Calvin, I got 2 fish that you're probably going to tell me I'm crazy for.
You say red tail, I'm going to smack you. I'm going to drive all the way over there.
No, I'm not that stupid.
I did something for the very first time in my life, and I don't know if people are going to chop my head off for this or not. I'll go ahead and just show you. I know I don't usually break rules like this, but I did. I just wanted to try it. I said, that's a silver arowana.
Ooh.
And with my Africans.
But don't you got a 7-foot tank?
I'm jumping on you.
Yeah. Yeah, I really didn't know if it was going to work. I knew it was a risk. I just tried it, and so far it's fine.
How big is that tank, though, Morgan? Don't you have like a 7-foot tank?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, so then wouldn't he be okay in there as long as he lives and then don't kill your other fish?
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of was the fish in there. I wasn't worried about the size because he's only about maybe 5 inches long.
I mean, does he theoretically need bigger though?
Later, yeah, when they grow big, yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
yeah,
we should get like a group OFR.
What is it?
We should get a group and all go up to OFR.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah, dude! I've been wanting to go up there, dude. I'm totally down for that.
I went there about a year ago, and it was sweet.
Yeah, and honestly, because they do rescues and shit, and he's taking care of his sick wife, I know how expensive that shit is, and I have no idea if they get. I'm sure they get some sort of payments, and rightfully so, through some sort of sponsors, but I don't know how much they really get paid to do this shit. My point to that was, God damn. So my point to that, when we go up there, and I'll reach out to him beforehand, we should donate some shit to him. But I want to be like, what do you need? I know you'll take what you can get, but what do you need? And let's see if we can accommodate that. And we can take a big ass donation box up to him. Because I know this shit's expensive, dude. God damn.
I know they get sponsored
he spent for all that out of his pocket. Like all the medical care, all the equipment, that's all out of pocket.
I think he does get sponsored though through Amazon Prime, if I'm correct. Like you can donate. He has like set up where his business is used for a donation. I actually did message him when I was going to go to that cichlid convention in Ohio, because I was going to stop there, and I asked him about, times and stuff. And the day that I was going to come, he said that'd been great. And I asked him if I could record, A lot of people's like, why would you do that? You should just enjoy the time there. And that's right. I probably should. It would just be cool to meet him. I want to go swimming in that pond. Calvin, I think, was the one that said, make sure you take some shorts. Cause
they let you do that?
That'd be cool. Yeah, I asked him and shit, but I didn't get to go. So by you saying we all should do it, I would like to get on that train if it was possible.
Yeah, my son will enjoy that too, seeing all the huge fish.
Right,
man, that'd be so fun. Like, I'm down for that.
Like when I went there, like it's something else. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wasn't expecting. I got a lot of these guys, the blood parrots in here. I'm not going to get into the story of why they were at OFR, but there was over 200 of them, along with around 100 100 Midas someone dropped off in coolers from a local university that is very well known. It's a long story. I won't get into on that.
yeah.
But, anyways, like we went up there and like me and my fiance Mackenzie were so excited. So we got up early. You know, it's like a 2.5 hour drive up there from where I'm at. We get there in like an hour and 20 minutes, maybe. I was kind of driving a little fast, like I usually do. But anyways, we get up there and I message Josh. I'm like, hey, like I'm a little early. Is there anything like cool like around here that we can like go see? And keep in mind, it's like an hour early, you know, like from what he said to be there. He's like, why would you do that? Just come here and, I'll give you a free tour or whatever, like, or not a free tour, but I'll give you a tour of the place. So we literally got to get around and like go look at all the stuff. No one else was there. It was just Josh.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was literally like right when they shut down for the pandemic. But so wow. His dad was, I think, if I remember correctly, his dad might have been either on I think he might have been on a rescue, or either that he was at the hospital. No, he was at a rescue, yeah. But like it was just Josh just showing us around the place. Like it was pretty cool. Like getting this, like, you know how they talk about all the African cichlids in the pond? I'm telling you, like you can't see them in the video, but like you go up there and you look down the pond and there's hundreds of them everywhere, ranging from like fry to full grown Africans. You're just like, holy crap, like I know you said there was a lot, but I mean, there's got to be like 1,000+ Africans in here.
That's awesome, man. That is so awesome.
I'm gonna skip around.
They have
so
much shit. I wouldn't even know what to donate. That's why I'd want to ask them, like, what do you need that pertains to you? You need sponge filters. You need food.
See, y'all stand a chance at donating. I probably don't even have like literally nothing that they would need. I would be like, take my money. You know, like I ain't no fish shop. I got 9 personal tanks. Shit, I'll offer them to go clean their tanks for them just to say I done it.
Hell yeah, when I'm up there, like, hell yeah, you got a few things to need done. Let's get it done.
Oh, they love that. They'll do that too. Like, heck, we can even like do it on that, you know? Like, hey, let's all go up and clean OFR for a day, you know?
Yeah.
I wonder how many people in the group would actually go. Alex has been there before, so maybe he would be on board to go.
We just got to get a weekend that we can get everybody together.
And that's what sucks. The way life is right now and events, it's gonna be hard.
Everybody's schedules are different. Like with me, I would prefer to go. I don't even know if they're gonna do this. I would prefer a Friday or a Sunday.
I could dig Sundays.
Yeah, if they can do a Sunday, that's really the day I'd like to go. Because my big day.
Well, I don't know. If we actually like tried to do this,
we'll make it work.
I don't think it would be like this year. Like, obviously, we're gonna go through winter, but next summer, fall, whatever. I would schedule one of my vacations around whatever days y'all needed. Like, if we could really make this happen, I'd tell my old lady, look, one of our 3 vacations, I'm going to Ohio with the guys, whether you come or not. And I would schedule it around y'all. So if we got serious on it, that'd be awesome. And I'd definitely try to do my part to be able to go. Because I want to go for me anyhow, and to go with,
I've always wanted to go.
That I know would be even better. I thought about
a group of people going before. I know Aaron would be down too. If we could, I know if Derek could go, I'm sure he would love to go to that. He probably got a couple buddies too.
Right. I'd go there and leave with my eyes so wide. Like, I've seen their videos and stuff, don't get me wrong, but to see it in person, I'm sure that's got to be something crazy, and I'm be like, oh, I need that for my pond. I need that for my pond. Like, and I know they don't necessarily want that. That's the bad thing. They even say that, like, people see us with these big fish and then they go buy the fish and then we end up getting the fish because they can't home it. Obviously, I will be prepared for whatever fish that I'm going to buy.
Right. Like I won't even sell South American red tails. I won't do it anymore because too many people get them that shouldn't have them.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Right.
And I'm talking. I had a guy who bought one, and within 5 months he was rehoming it because it got so big so fast.
Bro, 6 months.
I mean, heck,
that thing's already like a foot.
Yeah, that thing. It was a good 10 inches. Every bit of it.
Like that's the one impulse buy I promise myself and anybody else I will not buy.
Can't do it.
But
As
I
cool
also
as they are, you can't do it.
I promise I will buy one.
Well, right, when you have your
point.
2,000 gallon tank.
Yeah, right, exactly. Like I don't want to give that false impression either. I don't want people, whoever may, come and look at my channel and be like, oh my God, he's got this big monster fish, but what is he doing with it? And it's okay to go ahead and have it because you're going to get a home. No, I think that is misworded.
No,
like,
yeah, I agree.
For cichlids, that's different. Sizing up, getting the next size tank, that's possible. That's more plausible.
Yeah,
you don't go buy a red tail catfish unless you know you're going to have, 1,500 gallons.
Unless you already have it.
Right.
You're not going to get it later. You have it now. Right?
A big thing with me, I always make sure. What happened?
Y'all heard the story about OFR's Arapaima, right?
No.
I'm not sure.
I can't remember. Maybe I did.
So Brutus is only about 2 years old, and he's pushing past 5 feet already.
God damn.
So he got the person who got him. The name doesn't matter. He's a good guy, but he had the plans to grow it out. He had it for like 3 months, and the thing hit 3 feet. So he got that fish at Gerber's for $40 because Gerber's used to sell Arapaima for in the $40 to $60 range.
Wow.
Like an Arapaima,
Wow. Yeah, they probably were like, we can't sell these. I've hit that with some fish.
I can't. They won't even get them anymore.
No.
My old lady asked me that very question. Well, that led to that fish. She said, is there any fish, because she knows I'm going to build this pond, and that's going to open my door to monster fish. And she said, is there any fish that you would want to get that you still couldn't get? And I said yes and no. I said, if I had to pick one, it'd probably be an Arapaima. But I know, like, there's just... we in this hobby should not keep Arapaimas. They should be aquariums.
No, they need to be in the wild.
Wild, right. They're beautiful. They are, but that's
Dude,
just...
I'm talking like an aquarium, like Newport Aquarium.
Right. An actual at a zoo.
Right, they have like a 50,000 gallon tank or something.
Right, but yeah, that actually brought that up. I'm like, an Arapaima would be cool. They're really big, but if I could just have one red tail catfish, I would be happy with one red tail and a shit ton of like Oscars. And I've had plans. Calvin's already given me shit about this one. I have planned to get an umbi, and I think they would be pretty cool together or whatever.
I'm actually getting ready. Yeah, the next time I do an order, I'm getting some umbi catfish.
Yeah.
No,
I'm in cichlid.
Oh, the umbies. Oh, yeah.
My bad. Yeah, it's a large, massive.
Yeah, I've had a few people
reckon
look
with
for that one. I've had a few people, but I got to scope them out.
It's not
a lot of people. I make sure they already got big tanks, dude. Like I'm not getting you fish like that if you only have a 75.
Right. Quick story time.
An umbi is like.
Go ahead, Calvin. Oh, he backed out. I think he was about to say an umbi is like he's gonna compare it to what's that fish? A wolf cichlid or something. They get like 15 inches and they are fucking like beast fish, man.
Yeah.
Like big. Kind of like a buttercup fry or bigger, but how they get like meaty or whatever.
Yeah, even I limit myself what I order down here. But God, I really do want to get Shit, I want to go ahead and just get a 240 down here because that'll give me 2 big tanks. They're hard to find though. I had
got
one.
a
I'm
connection.
so stupid for selling it when I did, but I did.
I got a connection in South Florida. A guy that has some. I might talk to you about it afterwards. You know, after this chat, if you're really wanting some. However, I don't know how many he's wanting to get rid of because he literally. Sorry, let me get Calvin back in this stream. He had literally said, "I am only gonna sell to you." And I don't know what makes me special, but like he also has peacock bass. I was thinking about getting one of those. But at any rate, if he'll sell to me, I'll, work with you and maybe we could work a deal if you really want some.
Yeah, the only problem is he's in Florida. That's at least 17 hours away.
Oh, well, yeah, I know. I would deal with the shipping and get them shipped to me, and you're only 20 minutes up the road.
Yeah, I'll come get them from you. I got a trailer and shit.
Right. But, oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say. Story time, real quick. So that's my whole thing about, like, people who's selling fish or whatever, and they blindly sell to people. Like, they're not really seeing or getting a feel of the person to see if they have the right size tank. I had a lady get a hold of me in my group yesterday. She said, "Hey, can you please help me with my fish?" It was an Oscar fish. I said, "Sure, send me a picture." And she's like, "It's got this white slime on it." I said, "Well, fish naturally have a slime coat, but let me see what you're talking about."
Right,
Well,
right. Like, I can't help you.
Right. When she sent the picture, I seen, I don't know, probably 6-7 inch Oscar upwards laying on its side. Instantly, I sent it to the admin chat. I'm like, "Hey, do you see anything awkward or whatever?" And told them what they said. But then I naturally asked her, I said, "How big of a tank is it?" She said, a 20-gallon. I said, "You're kidding me, right?" I guess she raised that fish for 3 years in a 20-gallon. And I think it was just like dying. That was its issue. And I said, "You need to let me get that fish. You need to let me provide it a better home." She already said, "I can't get a bigger tank, blah, 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 blah." I said, "Well, then you need to like rehome that fish. Would you please give it to me?" And so we worked out a deal and we was going to do it and I was going to pick it up today. She messaged me this morning and she goes, "I'm sorry, but that fish died." And it had to be because it was stunted in poor conditions. So, I don't know. I kind of got on a rant there. I had a sub meeting. But, I don't know. Yeah, okay, back to the Umbi. I know.
Like,
what?
I remember you talking about it, like how, like, the store basically said, like, "Oh yeah, like, here you go."
Oh yeah,
like, you
yeah.
See mine back there. Like...
No, I don't do that. I always make sure because I will just like kind of casually ask them about their tank, and that's how I gauge what they have and what they should buy. Because I don't want them to come back to me.
Right, and that's what I was getting to. If like you really like, I got a hold of my dude. You really wanted some of these Umbies, like you for real did. I would just, good conscience. I trust you, but then I would hope, and trust that you're gonna do that very thing. Because like, I haven't got the fish yet. I might not get it, but I know that I'm gonna need 125 gallon for him alone once he gets bigger. By himself, not adding a single other fish to it. I accept that. That's one of those upgrades. I feel confident that I'm gonna be. What's up, Calvin?
You ever seen a dove?
I think I've seen some videos. In fact, he showed the parent to his Umbies on his channel.
Yeah, they get big. A 125 is not big enough. That's for sure.
No. I got some itty bitty ones. Well, about 3 inches.
Man, I go like 250 grow out.
Wow.
As a fry?
Well, not as a fry, obviously. Like, if you want to have a chance of holding that thing forever, definitely go with like a 250. You definitely want at least 6x2. There's a guy that Corey from Aquarium Co-op. He went and did a video. He's got 2 6-gallon tanks that he has a breeding pair. He used to have a breeding pair in each, but I think he only has one of the pairs left, and then he's got another one in the other.
Somebody
And
open the floodgate. Goldie, T-Bones, Chubbs, Only Oscars. Hello, everybody, and thank you. Just out of nowhere, we just had a flash of people coming in. Mystery Snell Guardians came back in. Hello, hello. Chubbs, I hope things are going good down there on the bayou. I don't know if you guys got power back yet, if they've got the water down or barricaded. I know you guys just had that big storm and stuff, so I hope everything's okay with you, buddy. Sorry, I think.
Yeah, it's just you should go check out that video from Corey.
Yeah, I will. I'll watch a lot of his shit. I'll definitely gotta check that out.
Okay, tell me this, Calvin. I have a plan. Obviously, things happen in your plan, and you should have backup plans and backup plans and backup plans. If that means a 300-gallon tank on the side as a backup plan, damn it, that's what I'll do. But my question is, I plan on moving my large cichlids to my 300-gallon pond until I can start building the 2,000-gallon. Could I put him in there? Like, are you saying that would be okay?
From what I've seen from the larger Central Americans, it's not usually a good idea to put them with other stuff. I mean, even jaguars every so often are a little bit iffy, especially if they're breeding. Like, other fish can usually handle like a jaguar, but like I've seen big dovie up close. Like OFR has one in their pond. They put it in the 3,000, and that thing just started trying to kill everything.
Jeez.
Oh, yeah?
Like, we're talking just trying to kill redtails and stuff like that. Like dovie, Gladys, Umbies, like they're all black nasties. They're all.
It's hey buddy, thank you for stopping in, man. I don't know. They're a cool looking fish. They're big. I have the chance of a lifetime to get it for a super cheap deal. I'm not gonna say that price because, you know, that's my little gain or whatever. Not that I'm gonna cut your throat, Morgan. I'll be honest with you and say, hey, I need to make a profit too. But otherwise, you know, I haven't bought it yet, but damn it, I want one. They're cool, and this might be like, if not, I'm sure he'll have them, but it might take a year again or whatever, and maybe that's what I need to do. Just
are you getting a big one or a small one?
There's so many people.
It's 1.5.
That sell that stuff.
Shit. Yeah, I got. Ow.
I'm about to say, he said on average they're about 1.5 to 2 inches right now.
I mean, you got plenty of time to get there. You know, they do grow somewhat slow, but just know that once it realizes that it can kill stuff, it's going to kill stuff. It's not like a dog where like you just, you know, if you treat it good, it's going to be a nice dog. Those fish
I'd
are
like to think so.
meant to kill things.
Hey, I'm just saying, just like that butter call fry, bro. Like I've seen the war stories, people talk about them, but I have seen so many videos of them with other fish at like full size, 12 and a half, 13 inches, and they haven't killed their fish. And as it sits, that dude's like 2 inches now, maybe 2.5. And I mean, he's starting to get his balls but in the tank that I have him in, but he still ain't the tank boss, if you get my drift. Like, I don't know at what size that flips in their head.
Whoops. My light's broken on that tank. I gotta buy a new one.
That's not a big thing.
Right. No. I was just saying an example. People would say the same war story about them, you know, killing fish and getting an attitude. And once they get the feel for it, they're going to try, you know, beating up every fish or whatever, you know. You're saying, though, the Umbi will straight just murk them or whatever.
Yeah, there's a guy, I forget his name, but he's known to be an Umbi keeper.
Shawn, look at my camera. Shawn, look at my camera. Oh, damn it.
Yep. Oh, yep. Sorry.
I'm trying to show you the dovey I got. My camera's not, or my lights aren't cooperating.
I got you on the solo screen, so we have a better chance of seeing it.
Oh, okay.
How big is it, Morgan? Is it just a little baby?
They're about 2.5, 3 inches, 3 inches at least, for sure.
Does he get in his colors yet?
Yeah, they're starting to.
Thanks for coming on, Jet.
Oh, I know. That's why I wanted them so bad. But I can see their colors starting to come in. But yeah, they're at least 3 inches, Bob. And mine are $10 a piece.
Hey,
that's not bad.
No, nope, really.
Not at all. Not at all.
I mean, heck, if I wanted to get one shipped, it's going to cost me $100. So.
Damn.
Well, that's just getting shipped to my door with shipping.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see.
Like if you get a box of 10 of those, it's going to be $100 in shipping. But if you get a box of one, it's.
I got 2 of them. If you bought the 2 I had, it'd be like $20, and then the shipping. I really strongly prefer overnight shipping, and that's get live arrival. Guarantee it is overnight. You can't do it on 2 days. Yeah. I've done it a couple times, and I'm like, nah.
I do believe shipping from Florida to here is on those. Like he kind of quoted me a price. Just the shipping price was like $22. I do believe.
Is that overnight?
I believe so. Yes.
That's cheap.
That's what I mean.
Probably
like
the cheapest I've ever heard of it.
This guy is hooking me up, or would hook me up if I'm ready for it, you know. And that's why, Calvin, I say this too many times, but I value your opinion, bro. I don't never take what you say lightly, or you know, whatever. I do put my own perspective and opinions and wants and values, you know, into my thought process, but I definitely consider what you guys tell me, more knowledgeable people than me or whatever. But it's a bucket list. If I do not buy this fish here anytime soon, I will own that fish too. Just maybe not right now.
I mean, that's how I feel about Trimax. Because Trimax is one of my all-time favorite fish. It's like the base fish of a flower horn, and it's where the flower horns get a lot of their color, like that Japanese like style scaling down the side. It's where they get
Anthony. Thank you.
You know, it's where they get where flower horns get a lot of their traits from. Except the difference is Trimax get absolutely massive. Like I've seen them at the 20-inch, at a 20-inch mark, and that's the teeth on those things are like they're just like daggers.
Oh my God! I would not put my hand in the water.
It's just a cool fish. Oh, it's a fish that if you touch the water, you can't get your hand out. And umbies tend to be very similar. You know, bovie are pretty similar.
Bro, I'm gonna get some chainmail hand guards like that shit you see
for the
whatever.
Sharks.
Yeah.
Like people talk about piranha being a scary fish. Like every piranha tank I've ever seen, with the exception of I think 1 or 2. Like there's this one girl on OFR's page. I think she's an admin. She's got, I think, the nicest piranha tank I've ever seen. Like these things got exodon tetras in there, and the piranhas are moving. But most of the time, it's just a dimly lit tank where the piranhas are just kind of, you know, sitting
huddled
there
together,
like,
in the center
like
of the tank.
You move, they move.
Right. Being duds, bro. I don't know if you remember that. I had 5 red-tailed piranha at one time as my Oscars tank mates, and they were freaking boring. The only time I got life out of them is when I fed.
Well, if you look at them in the wild, if they move, not only are they exerting energy, because you got to think that it might be weeks at a time between meals, but if they move, they can be seen, and then they get eaten. That it's just built into their instincts, you know, like. So like they're not going to move. They're always usually very timid. Like you can look up this video where that was taken at our store from like this nature guy who has this show. It's the guy that always gets stung by weird animals and bit by weird animals. He stuck a hand into into some of the piranhas we have, and is holding fish tilapia, like fish fillets, and they wanted absolutely nothing to do with him. They're like, no, I don't like this. It's not at all. Like I'm not getting close to this guy. I'm gonna be in the corner, and that's just red belly piranhas, you know. Now, if you want to get a piranha that actually is like mean, like go look like a true black piranha, they get like 18 inches over the course of their whole life, and they will destroy anything that touches the water. They're actually solitary. You can't put them together; they'll kill each other. Like a lot of those weird piranha that you can't find, they're fun.
I'm not gonna lie, I was scared at first. I was a little nervous the first time I had to stick my hand in the tank with them. They swam away, no issue. The only fish that has ever bit me to this day is my Oscar and my blood parrot that passed away. And
shit, my bleaker eye that I got right now will do it.
Tramp only bit me because he had babies in the tank. That was the only reason. I can literally stroke his spine any other day and there's no problem, but he had just laid babies and he was not about my hand being in that tank.
You see, they won't even come to my hand. Usually they'll fight it, but like what she does, the King Kong, she'll just body box it. She knows she can't bite. The one I have the most issue with is probably my watermelon here, and the big albino. Sorry, the tank's all dirty. I just fed them and cleaned. Did a super deep clean, so there's still a bunch of stuff in it. But like usually, like if I'm down in here messing with them, like they'll just start going after my hands, and it's just the blood parrots. But the Oscar though, he'll come up and grab a finger. He'll grab it up to the knuckle.
Oh yeah, he will. If I love him, he will.
Bro, I found out the hard way that blood parrots do have a spike in their mouth. They don't have teeth, but they have this little spike thing. Okay, well the teeth are in their throat, but they have a little spike thing. Ooh.
Well, no, the teeth are actually right up in their mouth. They're right up in the front of the mouth. Like if you look at her, she's got scars all over her face because she always fights fish.
Yeah.
Like every time she lays eggs, she fights fish. She'll chase them throughout the tank. Like, get out of here! These are my little eggs that aren't going to hatch.
Pretty starry night there, Morgan.
Yeah, I love those things.
What kind of catfish are you showing me?
That is a tiger shovel nose.
Oh, that's on my list when I get my monster tank.
Heck, I just put my leporanus with a tiger shovel
I get them
nose.
I get them when they're little.
Yeah.
I get them when they're little.
TSNs are pretty cool.
Definitely on the list.
I know somewhere I can get goonch catfish, and I keep telling myself, like, I know I want that fish, but
where are you gonna put it? Because it's gonna eat everything.
Yeah, like they'll hit 3 feet quick and slow down, but they never stop growing.
I'm gonna show these fish, these plecos that I have. I'm gonna come up on it slow.
Let me solo you. Hey, look, is that a gold nugget?
No, that's an L24 redfin cactus. Let me get
I love cactus.
Let me get my
Yeah, that's ironic. Admin in our group, Tammy, just bought one of those for $100, I do believe.
Like 6-7 inches, she said. Like that's an amazing price for a cactus.
Yeah, for that size, yeah.
Well,
I'm about to measure them too. I'm just curious.
T-Bone said, if I put my hand in my tiger barb stink, they will come nibble and attack my hand. T-Bone, my community fish, the only fish that bother me in there are my giant danos. And what they do is they come tail whip my arm. And then out in my pond, my dojo loaches, my noodles, they'll come swimming through my hand. Last night, I wish I got it on camera. He like darted at me and like slid up my hand like a ramp and then jumped back into the pond.
They know that you bring the food.
Yeah.
Dojo loaches are fun.
Oh, yeah, and they're getting big, Calvin. I remember you telling me you had one that was like almost 15 inches at the end of its life. My noodles are about, I don't know, in between, I want to say 6 and 10 inches on some of them.
Yeah, I got a couple right now that are about 12. Well, here they come.
He doesn't want to come out. Come on, man.
Yeah, gotta love Plecos.
Yeah.
Guys, this guy that's up on the screen right now, that his name is Chubb. he has an electric blue Jack
There we go.
Dempsey that is like huge or good size. Like I physically have not seen one in a person that's like that picture. I think is his actual fish. Like he's the first person I saw that have had an electric blue Jack Dempsey that size or whatever.
Yeah,
I just
I've never
wanted to
seen
point that out.
They just grow so slow. That's an accomplishment right there.
Chubbs, if you wanted to come up and show your Jack Dempsey, the link should be in the chat, buddy.
Oh yeah, I'd love to see him. I got an itty bitty one.
Look at
yeah,
that!
I got a tiny one
there.
Ooh.
I might have to hit you up after this, Morgan.
$95.
Oh,
I know. See, that's a great price.
My local fish store
for you.
Rivers to Reefs has 3 Siamese tiger dats right now around the 6-inch mark. Yeah,
those are wicked.
Yeah, $100 for a 6-inch dat. I'm like, oh
no! I am so sorry, Chubbs. I didn't even mean to bring it up. Then my bad.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
It was a big fish. I bet it was every bit of like 4 inches or whatever. I ain't seen them past 2 inches.
Man, that's a decent size. That's a decent size cactus.
EDJ,
I'm trying to get him to lay fly. He's being a dick.
Nah, he's too young. Think about so cactus. The reason why almost all of them are wild caught and why they're so expensive is because they don't reach sexual maturity until I want to say like 4 or 5 years old, something like that.
Damn.
That's why a lot of the fancy plecos go for so much, because a lot of plecos don't hit their sexual maturity until at least a few years in.
Wow.
You know, which means, and then on top of that, they're just a pain in the ass to breed already. So.
That's what I read about them, but they're definitely my new favorite pleco. I have 2, and I'm keeping one until I can order them in again. I want them.
They're sunshine plecos. I want an adult sunshine, and I missed my chance to get one. I had a chance to get one for $50. It was an old fish that this older gentleman surrendered to a store because he couldn't actually. He literally was having medical problems that prevented him from even seeing the tank anymore.
Damn.
And I mean, we're talking a full-grown adult sunshine pleco that was wild caught, and this thing was, 10, 15 years old. Give me a second. I got
Stephen E. What's up, buddy? Thank you for stopping in, man. My guppies I actually got from Stephen P. Well, some of them were store-bought here locally, but I'm guessing the ones that bred are probably the ones that I got from Stephen. Well, while Calvin's answering his door, let me ask you another question, Morgan.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to somebody just starting in the hobby?
For the love of God, research what you're doing before you do it.
Right. Don't make that beginner mistake. Let's break that curse, everybody. Just do the research first.
You'll save yourself so much heartache. This plant's crashing on me because this light's not big. The tank's not crashing. The plants are crashing because this light sucks. So I'm buying a new, a better light for it with this, because this tank is thriving plant-wise. They look awesome. And then
let me remind everybody to smash that like button, please. Maybe we'll get a few more people to come up in here. It'll send a notification out. I appreciate everybody that stopped in. Steven said, good advice. Learn from others' mistakes. Yeah, man, I wish when I jumped into this hobby, I was like, you know what? Let me just Google fish and then figure out what fish that I want. And then what that fish needs. And then finally, hey, I'm going to a fish store and I can look at whatever they have, but know what I can get. That wasn't the case. I went to Gerber's, my eyes got big, and as I said at the beginning of the stream, I put a blood parrot, a green spotted puffer, and a feather fin in a 10-gallon tank, and people let rip into me. And they were all babies, mind you, but still.
Got a snowball in here somewhere.
Ooh, I've been considering those. My royal Pleco just died, and he was like freaking 6-7 inches. And my old lady went ahead and ordered another one, but I should have just went a different direction. There's so many Plecos that I want to have. There's pretty colors and different variants and stuff. And in truth, I should have just went another direction. And a snowball would be nice.
Can you see him?
Just barely.
Right there at the tip of my finger.
Yep.
Oh.
That vampire Pleco I got from you, bro, it's starting to get a little size. He's still small, but he probably got a little half-inch to his tail length.
Nice.
Sorry, guys.
No, you're good, buddy.
I'm over here. I'm starting me up some little nano tanks.
Oh, noodle!
So I'm being cheap because I'm running out of, not running out of money, but I don't want to spend money. I'm trying to stretch one 15-pound bag with four tanks. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work.
Oh no!
I gotta go get another bag.
You should try the samurai soil. I'm not a fan of the fluorite and all that stuff. Well, I like completely inert substrates.
I love this shit. It's that fluval stuff.
I mean, it's not bad. Like,
it's awesome. It works great.
I just prefer to put my own stuff in it.
T-bone.
No,
T-bone, are they fry?
I will.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you guys off. Just wanted to answer this. T-bone's fishes, are they fry or like babies? I don't see why you can't put them together now. Tiger barbs and black ruby barbs. I mean, they're both a barb, but I can't say that, I guess, because I don't really know community fish all that well. Maybe there is aggression and a barb will kill a barb. I don't know.
Barbs are assholes.
Okay, well then, go ahead and wait, T-bone. Disregard what I said.
If you put them together, put them all together. Make sure the lights are off. Don't turn them on until the next day.
Okay. That might work.
Hey, Morgan.
What's up?
I'll do a trade.
What's that?
It's straight. I got a 5-pound tank full of CO2 and the equipment for it. I got a few of these.
Hold on. Well, let me flip back. What was it again?
I got a few 5-pound tanks full, and I got the regulators for them as well. We'll have to do some trading one day. If you ever thought about doing CO2.
Yeah, you might have to come, or well, we could live stream. You'd have to show me how to hook them up. I never really messed with the CO2. I did some DIY shit, but it didn't really take.
No, you want to go straight compressed. Yeah, go with straight compressed gas.
That's what I felt. That's what I felt.
Steven, to your post, I use, well, in my community planted tank, I don't know if y'all have used it, but I see you said that fluoride or whatever. I use that Eco Complete capped with sand and dirt. I don't know what kind of like substrate you got going on, Morgan. Do you just use sand or?
I use, yeah, for the most part. If it's not planted tanks, then yeah. See, I got, sand, bare bottom, pool filter sand. That's agronite. That's crushed coral. Crushed coral, agronite. Just gravel that for the first time I've used in my life. Pool filter, fluorite, fluval. That's all discus sand. It's just white sand. And then all this fluorite.
I've had issues.
I really haven't had any issues. I don't feel I have. Not with low tech.
I've had issues with Eco Complete.
With what?
With Eco Complete. Not always. I think what it was is when I was when I tried Eco Complete a few times, and I've done a few tanks with it. For me, it's if you don't have the rooting plants, like where it pulls your nutrients from the roots and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
you kind of like I kind of get CO because I'll run CO2 and because I prefer the high tech tanks, you know, heavily scaped and all that. But I've had issues with hair algae running eco complete if I'm not like using them, if I don't have enough pull from the soil.
Right. I actually upstairs in my funny you say that because that's a substrate I have running upstairs, and I've got green hair algae growing in that tank. It's pissing me off. I'm trying to work it out now, but it's a bitch.
I mean, it's not that you won't. It's just a pain in the ass.
Yeah, like it's pretty much taken my Monte Carlo and killed it. I'm just gonna throw it away. It's so fucking intertwined with it.
Hey, that brings up a valid point though. Like in this hobby, everybody does something different. We all generally do the same thing, but no two tanks are the same. You could have eco complete and I have eco complete, and my tank's thriving with plants and yours is just thriving with algae or, you know, whatever. Now it's up to us to figure out that science. What is the difference? What are you doing? Am I running my lights too long? Are you I don't know, over cleaning or adding too much fertilizer or not adding enough?
Hey Morgan, try pulling your light away. Pull it away 12 inches. I mean, it might not stop the algae from growing, but it might slow that growth down a lot. I mean, that distance. Oh
yeah, I've cut my light off.
What fish do you have in the tank that you're talking about?
Cardinal tetras, zebra rasboras, and some autos.
I'm throwing this out there as random. When I done my research on rainbow cichlids, they actually eat algae. So I don't know if that's an option for you as like a permanent pet. It's
a 15-gallon nano.
Oh no, okay, no.
So I can't. I went from a show tank upstairs to a show nano because I got so much going on down here. I couldn't keep up with the maintenance. I was like, God damn it. By the time I got done, I'm like, fuck, now I got to do my tank.
I've heard that a lot, though.
I take care of tanks. Like, I take care of tanks for a living or whatever as a service tech. And I went from 27 to I'm down to 6 right now.
Yeah.
And I'm about to drop another 2. It's just I keep saying like, oh man, I want to set this tank up and do this, and then I'm like, oh crap, I already did that once, and then I remember the work. You know, like I want to do a high tech reef. Like I got my reef in the back, and it went south, so I took everything. I ended up just taking all the coral and everything, or a few pieces of coral here and there, and taking them to work, and you know, some stuff like that. But you know, like that's a $10,000 tank. You know, that's or setup, you know, like.
Bear with me. I got to move over here by this plug so I can charge my phone and make sure it don't die and all of that good junk. All right. So we answered. What would you tell a beginner getting into the hobby? And that was research.
Yeah, research is your best thing. Yeah. I have a sign in my shop says that literally research.
Yeah.
I'm just really big on it.
So far in your history, 12 plus years of being in the hobby, what has been your favorite fish to keep and why?
My favorite fish to keep?
Ooh. Yes, sir. And I mean, everybody can answer it. The questions are directed at you, but anybody on the panel or in the chat, that's the whole point.
Favorite? That's hard now. Plecos, it'd have to be.
Yeah.
Plecos.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm getting narrowed down and I have to pick one, it'd have to be Plecos because there's so fucking many.
Right, they got a lot of variety, but I mean, I guess a lot of fish have variety, but like to the extent that Plecos do, not so much. So I guess I can agree with that.
And like not even like man-made variants. There's just so many Plecos. Like there's a Pleco for everybody.
Yep.
Like you want a monster Pleco? You go get that one that gets like I can't remember the Latin for it, but it's a 3 foot long Pleco, and they've been caught at 4 foot If that's too big, go.
Oh my God!
Take a few inches. Oh yeah, OFR has one. That thing's scary looking, man. Its pectorals are like saw blades.
Calvin, Steven asked you a question, buddy.
Oh, I don't have the chat pulled up. What's up?
He said yeah. That's it. Go.
Yeah, I see it. It's a mixture of both. I do private, and I also do what's considered commercial, not like zoo commercial, but like I have a few tanks at like businesses and stuff like that. But a lot of what we do, I personally, I take care of a lot of saltwater tanks. For me, it's about 50-50, but I don't take care of any of like the very high-end reef ones. I'm personally not as interested in it as other people are, so I haven't taken the time to really like get into reef, like the high-tech reefs. I have a handful of like the lower tech reefs, so it's all soft coral and stuff that I take care of. And then I also have a whole bunch of fowlers, like predators and stuff like that. And but at the same time, like I do a lot of freshwater. I do high tech planted tanks. I can't say I don't take care of. It's probably 50-50 for me. While like my coworker, the guy who like I get a lot of my information from, he does a lot of saltwater stuff. Like one of the tanks he takes care of, one of the clients he has, really nice woman, but she's got it's like a 900-gallon reef, like high-tech reef, and then she's got a six, like I think it's a 950 reef and a 600 fowler with a huge yellow spotted dog face, and like that's not, I can't do that. Like I can do the steps, like to make sure the tank stays clear and keep it clean and just keep everything healthy. But if something were to happen, I don't have that experience to keep up with it.
S said he thinks you're talking about the Adonis Pleco when you said the major one. And then T-Bones Fish asked, he said, my question is it okay to not change your water for 4 weeks while I'm away? He mentioned above, he said it's been 3 weeks since I have done a water change. That's because I'm away from home at the moment. I got my partner feeding fish. Hopefully she's not overfeeding. And then to conclude that other part, my question is it okay not to change your water for 4 weeks while you're away? I have an answer to that, but I'm going to let these guys answer it because they're more knowledgeable in it.
My answer is it depends.
I'm right there with you.
Like if this tank right here, I could leave this tank go for a month, but normally I'm doing, at least 50% water changes weekly. But let's say I feed them twice a week. I could easily go a month or more,
Mm-hmm.
Like I always tell people if they're going to leave the tank, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
My bad. The tank behind me, I could go, because of the filtration on it, I could go a month. I don't. But if I absolutely had to, I could. But it comes down to filtration and your stock. FX6, Aqua Clear 110, and a big ass extra large sponge.
What do you think on this? It's a little cloudy right now, but usually it's crystal clear. It's a 210 7-foot Oceanic, and people always destroy me for this one. It's just one FX6.
Probably a Sun.
Nope. Nope, just one FX6. That's it.
Those things are so good.
People always destroy me for that.
They're like, oh, that's not enough. I'm like, okay.
I've been told I'm going to kill all my fish.
I understand the calculations that they're using, but you have to go with the bio load in the tank. That is like a big key thing with filtration, the bio load.
Heck, I could run this tank on a single Eheim. It's like you said, it's calculating the bio load. You got to understand the nitrogen cycle, in my opinion.
Yep.
Like
my answer is an example. And Calvin, you should know where I'm going with this. But T-Bones, my answer is an example. Okay. I just said it. My Royal Pleco just died on me the other night. And I almost know 100% it's because I changed too much water after only doing like 30% water changes every other week. And then I did just lay off for a couple weeks. I got lazy, and then I needed to do a big water change, and I did. And Royal Plecos are very sensitive, and I think that's what killed it. It went from being in a higher nitrate level to just none too quick or whatever. But I furthermore, I got a tank upstairs that I don't change the water ever.
I've heard some people do that.
I just top it off. Yeah. I got a sun canister on it. I got a hang on the back filter, one of the dual ones, and I got one sponge filter in there. I got few plants,
this tank right here is a beta tank, and I've only done a water change on it 2 or 3 times since I've set it up, and that's including moving it. My nitrates, I can't read nitrates on it. It's full of malm. But like you see, like I let algae grow across this thing, and like if there's a whole bunch of waste, like you can see it. Like when I put water in, this thing just turns brown from the wood from all the snails that are in here. But like with the denitrification, the anaerobic down in here, like that's going on. I got the filter on the back, the algae even. That's why, I mean, heck, I'm gonna show you a secret, Shawn. I'm gonna show the whole world this secret.
Let me put you on the solo. There you go. Now you can show the whole world.
Great. You know my topaz puffer?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Whoa.
This is what this thing looks like at all times. Hey, it's not that. my nitrates, I mean, I changed water on this tank, but like the thing is, I feed this thing frozen, clam, all that. I got to keep the salinity just right, or else he will die. But like my nitrates, I have yet to have nitrates above 10 parts per million on this tank outside of cycling it.
No,
what kind of puffer is that?
It's a topaz. It's a species of Ceylon. They're related to the green spotted. In my opinion, they look a lot nicer.
Familiar, but yeah,
he's super scared right now, so he's darkened up because he doesn't like the camera. He doesn't like the phone at all. Usually he comes up and tries to bite me. He's wiggling all across the glass, but like, you know, like this, I try to tell people like algae isn't, doesn't mean it's a bad tank. This tank has a different kind of algae. If it's salt, it's got a bunch of salt in it, but like, I mean, like this tank here, like this tank, if you look at this glass panel right here, I've never cleaned that, and within a month or so, like I might clean the glass. This tank back here, I have never cleaned the glass on it ever. So I got a little bit of Blackbeard popping up from something I brought. I introduced Blackbeard by accident. It's like for filtration for me, like I have clients' tanks. I have a lot of clients' tanks that we've done like 20 years ago that we still take care of. And we're talking 150-gallon tanks running on a single Eheim 2217. And those, well, if I know you don't know this, Morgan, but I'm not a fluval fan. I like them, but they're not, in my opinion, what they're boasted to be. But like that's a 2217. No. Like you see this canister is 27 years old. Find me an FX6 that does that. Find me any fluval that does that.
I'm not a marine fan. I'm not a fan of Marine Land's products either. They suck.
Well, think about it like this. Fluval, when they were more coming into the scene, they were what Marine Land is today. That's what fluval used to be. I mean, that was before my keeping time, but like the people that I try to get my information from, they've been doing this for 30, 40 years, so like the people that, didn't have anything and everything had to be made, like there's no equipment, but like, like under this tank right now, I gotta get the valve for it, but I got an Eheim 2262, and yeah, that's a $700 filter, but something breaks on it. If it breaks on it, I can go buy that piece, just that one piece, replace it, and run it for another 20 years. And not have to struggle getting weird pieces off and stuff like that. Not to mention, the flow rate on that thing is actually so much better. Like the FX6s, there's a bypass in the FX6 in the bottom. Not to mention the water comes straight to the pump. So like, let's say you get sand and it pulls up sand. It's hitting that pump before it hits anything. And like that just
it does.
Doesn't make sense.
I always have sand in mine. Always.
Yeah, literally.
To conclude on that, T-Bone, I'm sorry, I'm going to butt in for a minute. You know, my stream. No, I'm just kidding.
No, you're good,
but
dude.
conclude on that, T-Bone, I don't know how much longer you're going to be away, but my real raw advice is when you go home, please only change like 30% maybe the first time. Don't do 50 or more, because you might end up with what I had happen and kill some of your fish. You might kind of throw them into a little shock. So if it's been 4 weeks or longer, maybe do a smaller water change at first.
Yeah, do a series of small water changes before you get back into your normal routine.
Yeah, if you've messed up your normal, like you said, routine, then that's exactly what I would do. I do mine shit's like verbatim. Every week I do the same water changes on each tank, unless something calls for less or more, or if I'm medicating something. Those are daily water changes. But other than that, I usually every 7 days I do 50 to 60% water changes on every single tank. Well, minus my planted tanks. I'll skip weeks on those. I will go 2 weeks on those for sure. Because you don't really, it's not as, I'm trying to say, it's not necessary. It's not as necessary because you have the plants. And I think that, Calvin, if we do some trading, because I am curious about some CO2, and oh my God, if I'm running that and my tanks are even better, that's even less water changes.
Well, that's the thing about CO2. I would really look into it. A lot of people misunderstand CO2. Like 99% of plants out there actually don't need CO2. There's very few plants that need CO2.
It's a boost.
Those plants need it because they're not actually submerged plants like a dwarf hairgrass. If you look at dwarf hairgrass in the wild, one of the reasons why that stuff grows so horribly in a tank is because half the season, you know, it only has its roots in mud, while the other half the season it's submerged. So it's more like that. Like I would consider it like kind of like steroids, kind of for plants.
Yeah,
and it also changes the way the plants grow too. And it also alters the crap out of your pH. So that's also something to consider as well.
Yeah, so if I were to start it, you start with a lower dosage of it instead of a normal.
I am moving my position because I was at a public park right across from the library. I currently have to use the restroom, so I'm trying to find somewhere to do that. So I might lag out a little bit, but keep on talking.
You're good, man. Just turn your camera and mic off.
I will probably have to jump off here in about 15 minutes. I gotta help the wife get the kiddos to bed.
Oh,
I gotta go to work tomorrow, so. But yeah, it's like for me, like also with water changes with like plant tanks, especially if you're, you know, especially if you have some kind of nutrient that's like an extra nutrient, like in the soil or whatever, keep up with those water changes. And I mean, after maybe 6 months to a year, you know, cut back. You can start cutting back drastically, but that's one thing that I learned with the high-tech tanks is if you do not keep up with those water changes, you'll just destroy the tank with hair algae, and you won't actually be able to save it. The hair algae will grow so fast that, you know, it's at that point like, and not to mention after a certain point, like CO2, you can really just dial it back so strong, or from being so strong. I would look up Takashi Amano. That's the guy. He's no longer with us, but that's the guy who invented dosing CO2 or injecting CO2 into aquarium, like actually diffusing it. Like he's got that big 10 meter, the set 10 meter tanks, the 7 meter tanks. He's got the world's largest aquascape because his whole thing is he wanted to see fish in their natural habitat, but not just fish. He wanted to see a plant go to its full potential. And some of these plants, like when they're grown to their full potential, are the size of a car. So like he's like, I need a tank that big. So his biggest tank is actually a public display.
That is awesome.
Morgan, you said you're probably going to have to hop off soon, so I gave you the solo screen. Give us a quick tour. We can all keep talking. I'll ask a question or two, but, you know, go ahead and show us what's new or what you really wanted to, you know, get out there or whatever.
Actually, I probably pretty much already showed the tanks.
Well, show me your plants. What new plants or plants do you got and some prices? I'm curious about plants maybe somebody in the chat is, or
I'm working on doing a new plant order. Like the plants in here don't count. I'm just kind of like that light fucked them up. I got a shit ton of Amazon swords. I got some red melons, Boost Godzillas. Some I always murder this name. Unduellets. That one.
Oh, I know the one. I can't
it.
pronounce it.
Yeah, and that is these guys in the very back. The one that the two that I have in here are kicking ass. I got some Anubis Petites, Anubis Nanas, Amazon Swords. I need to do a plant order. And then what I usually do is grow a lot of the plants out in here. This is where I need to put some love. This might be where I need to do the CO2 right here. and not so much in those tanks.
Yeah.
You need flow
this plant
too.
I need what?
You need flow for CO2. You want to make sure that the CO2 doesn't just gas off at the surface, you know, just straight up. I'm sorry, man.
No, you're good.
Keep going.
You're good. The reason I want CO2 in this tank is because this plant right here in particular, God, I hope I don't drop my phone. I almost want to pull it up, but it looks so good when I got it, and it's like basically melting in here. Well, if somebody wanted to buy it, I'd sell it to them. But I'm really not pushing this plant. No, I got to fucking look up what it is again. I feel bad because I should know these off the top of my head.
Don't touch it. Leave it there for a month or two and trim all the dead leaves off. It might just be converting to water. Most aquatic plants aren't grown in water. Like they're grown submerged.
Right.
Not
yeah.
And then try iron.
Add some iron. Yeah, I was thinking about that.
It's usually mostly the only fertilizer you're really going to need is iron.
Down here, I'm getting pretty big into shrimp. Because they're pretty popular. And they're really, goddamn, they're expensive. At Gerber's, man, I'm not even kidding. One shrimp, $6.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
And people buy 100 of them at a time.
You're out of your mind. I got 6 for $20.
Jeez.
I was gonna try breeding shrimp in my pond.
There's no reason. I can't give like secrets away, but all I can say is there's no reason they need to be $6. They just don't. Like,
trust me, I work at a fish store. I know how much fish costs. Like a neon coming in for 7 cents a piece and getting sold for $3 to $7.
They get neons? Because they're buying 500 at a fucking time.
Well, we're buying 2,000 at a time.
Are you meaning specifically?
I don't pay 7 cents.
I think they're 25 cents actually, but still, you get what I mean.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
Like I know what our raise costs. Like I know what our raise costs. I'm not going to put it out there, but it would upset some people.
Oh yeah, they don't need to charge $600 like I've seen.
On some
of them though,
we do 300 for Matoros, and in my opinion, I know I can get them cheaper from a guy who breeds them here locally. You probably know who I'm talking about, but at the same time, like the main reason I shop at my store is because of the discount I get. Yeah,
you can't beat it sometimes.
Like that's the same for most people.
Yep. The person who you're talking about is partially a supplier of mine. I like them, but they've gotten a lot better now than he was a year ago.
Oh yeah.
Because I was having issues.
He just started a year ago, like really doing it.
Well, he said he's been a wholesaler for 25 years. He's been doing this kind of shit, but he's been on the retail side. This is kind of new to him because when I first went there, it was just fish. Now he's got all that extra shit.
I got to butt in with this comment. I will not put bugs in my tanks. Only Oscars. No. Are you calling shrimp bugs?
A lot of people are like
totally confused.
Shrimp are basically the cockroaches of water.
Oh yeah, crabs and lobsters too.
No, I consider the trumpet snails cockroaches because of how fast they fucking multiply.
Look at that. Just some of them.
Yep.
Just a few of them.
I've just come to accept it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't even try anymore.
I want to know nothing about that, S. I've thought about it a time or two, pondering into CO2, but I'm going to leave it to the professionals, at least till I get better off in my new house.
Oh, I don't know the answer to that question.
Yeah, I'm still working on it.
Every time. I don't know that answer.
I don't know nothing about CO2, how much it costs.
Nope.
Can you get it used? Can you get a half tank? Can you get, I don't know.
Give you an idea. This is a 2-stage regulator with solenoid. This is what you'll need. This is $200 right here.
Soloed out.
Like let me see if I can get it in the camera. It's one of the regulators. This is a dual stage. Never do anything less than a dual stage. So you can monitor the CO2 coming into your unit so you don't bust your solenoid, this thing back here. And then also you have the second stage is the other dial, so you can monitor what's going into the tank itself through your stone. I mean, and those can be $150 or they can be $350. And the thing is you get what you pay for. And if I've gassed entire tanks off before. So
oh god,
here this is about the smallest tank that I will ever go with is a 5 pound. It's not. It is. This is. I would consider this really small. But the thing is on a normal tank, how you're going to be normally using CO2. You may fill it up once a year, once every 3 years. So that's the thing. Is like once it really just depends on how you use it. People dose far more CO2 than what you actually need, or what plants can even use for that matter. And that's where a lot of people get it wrong. And they're like, oh man, I got to fill this thing up every 3 months. I'm like, well, first of all, it costs more to register, or not register it, but like basically like for them to say, hey, it's okay, than it costs for the CO2 for this. It's like, I think this was $18 to take it to the place, have them, look at it and fill it up, like,
Calvin, are you by your colomesis?
What?
I said, are you by those colomesis puffers by chance?
Oh no, I'm not showing those guys.
Are you standing by them?
No, I only have one left. I ended up having a parasite run through the tank, and I had a parasite run through the tank with those guys, and I only have one left. He's now starting to gain weight finally. I'm just trying to keep him. I'm really trying to keep him from dying right now. Basically, is where I'm at.
Okay, I got you. I just figured I'd ask anytime I get you in my live stream.
Oh yeah, well, I don't want to lose those. I don't want to lose that puffer. I've looked, and the logistics of me getting another one it's not going to happen. I'm not about to drop $2,000 on a fish. I got lucky.
Right, and as soon as I put that video out, that little clip that you gave me for the short, everybody was asking, like, where did you even get that thing at? I'm like, it's not mine, it's his.
I know the guy who brought it in. I don't know him personally, but I know him through the internet. The guy has brought maybe 50 of them in his entire career to America, and there's only one other person that has done it. Into America. I was helping. We went to go help a client move his fish room, and he's like, I don't want this, I don't want that, I don't want that, I don't want that. And I'm like, I'll take those puffers. I'm like, I'll take those puffers. I don't know what they are. I can't find them anywhere. But I had a real nasty parasite run through the tank. My smallest one, my sign was that the smallest one started losing weight, and I do this thing where I try to. If it's something I don't know for sure, I'm not going to just throw medication after medication at it. I'll do my little base thing, but it just never gained weight and never recovered. And then the next one, it just out of nowhere, the biggest, fattest one just died. And now this one's actually starting.
Look him up on YouTube, buddy.
What?
In fact, I bet you'll find my video because it's like one of the top ranked one because of what they're saying. They are so rare. It's hard to get footage or keep them alive or what have you. So I think it's pronounced colomesis, but I could be saying it wrong, and I probably spelled it wrong. Colomesis
psittacus.
Okay,
there's another fish out there that people confuse it with, and that's the zebra puffer. they're basically the same fish, but and for how common the colomesis is, it's it's weird. Like you can find them, and like if you know where to look for them, it's not like they're an endangered species. But it's a cool fish. They're communal up until they get to a certain size, and then they just go on a rampage and kill everything. But it's one of the few fish out there that can live in high salinity brackish all the way to freshwater their whole life and not be an issue. It's just a weird fish, and I've been trying to see if I can rehome him, but like the whole thing is it's not a fish I'm just going to give to somebody. Someone's got to really know.
They got to be very experienced.
Aaron Weisbaker, thank you very much for coming, and you have a good night too, friend. I'm guessing you know
Aaron.
Morgan. And I'm glad that you came along to see him and support your friends. So thank you very much. You're always welcome. I don't know if you got tanks, buddy. You're welcome to come up on this stream too. I'm not like, my channel is for everybody, literally. If you're proud of your tanks and you want to show it off, get a hold of me.
Well, but anybody who has seen anything that I had, if you're wanting it, all you have to do, look up Aquacaveaquatics on social or on Facebook and message me through there because I also ship. And if there's something I want, I can get it to you.
Yeah, and his links and all of that will be in the description of this video after it goes live. I'll put them in it and all of that when I do my edits. So if you guys forget that, just go to this video, drop down the description, and all of his links will be put in it so you can contact him.
Yeah, if you're tired of all like the BS of a fish store, not getting straight answers, if you you don't like the prices of that fish store, ask Morgan, he's got a good thing going. Keep it going. Let's keep this hobby.
I appreciate that.
Let's keep the people like this that are actually, knowledgeable and haven't been burnt out yet.
Right. Let's remake it fun for us. Obviously, I'm like the little kid in the family just getting in and getting my wings wet or whatever. Y'all been in it for a minute compared to me, but I'm glad I met you guys. And, anybody that truly has a real passion for the hobby, a care for the fish, and want to see it grow, you're welcome in Casual Aquatics on Facebook. You're welcome to be part of this YouTube channel. Any platform that I'm on, you're more than welcome. Hit me up. I'll talk all night about fish. And if I ain't got the answers, I know people that might, just like Morgan and Calvin, and I got a bunch of other very knowledgeable admins in my group. So
I'll hunt answers down for people.
Right.
That's because I'm faster at it.
I think we're going to go ahead and get ready to wrap this up. I know Morgan said he needed to get off here soon anyhow. My phone's at 19%. And I got like 7 new fish at home, and I hope they're not dead.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. You better get out of here, dude.
Yeah, I would.
I'm going to get hoofing it, and I'll be posting some pics, videos, and all of that of my new fish. And Calvin, well, you can give me crap in the chat afterwards.
Oh, you know it. That's what I'm good for, dude.
All right, guys. Well, fellas, thank you very much. Everybody stay fishy. I hope you have a good night. Be safe. And until next time, this is Casual Aquatics, Morgan Hamblin with Aquacaveaquatics, and my admin over there, Calvin. Calvin, pronounce your last name. Is it Sabely? Selby? Because I be
Selby.
fucking it up, dude.
Selby.
Selby. Okay. Calvin Selby. Oh, yeah, you probably didn't. My bad. At any rate, have a good night, everybody. And thank you for all the super chats and the likes. And I will see you later.
All right, guys. Take care. Thank you for having me.
Yep.
Yeah. Bye, man.
Later, guys.